Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett, and my hands is Everything Dead and Dying #2. It's written by Tate Brombal, artwork by Jacob Phillips, colors by Pip Martin, and lettering by Aditya Bidikar. So this is a fascinating series. So the basic concept is it's about this guy. His name's Jack. Jack is has survived a zombie apocalypse. He's living in a house by himself, and he's immune to whatever the cause is, whatever the virus is. He can be bit. He said he's been bitten. He's been had their blood on him, all that stuff, and he never catches the disease, whatever that changes people. He's also gay. He was married. They had a kid. His husband and their daughter have both passed and are zombies living in his home with them. I mean, he's immune to them, so he has found a happiness taking care of not just his family, but all of the people in the town who have also turned. That's turned into his purpose of life. He goes through the motions. He takes care of gardens. He takes care of his house. He feeds his family. Helps out the people in the town. He's safe and immune, so why not? So he's found company by doing that. So out of the peacefulness, a group has shown up, another group of survivors, and they have decided to basically destroy that peace. They quickly find out that there are zombies there and want to, of course, kill them because that's where they're coming from. What's interesting, though, is that first issue, it really focused on Luke and Jack and them being gay, and Jack growing up in a small town that was bigoted and not accepting, and that he kind of lived on the outskirts of it growing up. And this dives in a little bit further. We've learned that Jack had a drinking problem. It likely had to do with, I would say, PTSD or issues with his own sexuality and being a gay man in this town. And that there was issues between him and Luke, that they went through tough times. What's interesting also is Luke brings up that he lived in a major city, he lived through AIDS, he saw his friends die, and he doesn't want to live like that anymore. He doesn't want to go back into the closet, he doesn't want to have to hide, he's survived. So in a way, even post-apocalypse, this zombie apocalypse, these two have survived. They still love each other. Jack is taking care of Luke and their daughter. There's a sadness to it. The second issue, I think, really kind of hits in a lot of different ways than the first does when it brings up the fact that these two have survived the AIDS epidemic. And for those who are too young, I mean, it is an ungodly plague. The amount of people that died is unfathomable. It ravaged so many communities, and much like today, there was a unfortunate religious movement and conservative movement that caused it to be worse than ever before. I mean, it took years for Ronald Reagan, who was president at the time, to even say the words or admit this was going on. And it wasn't until other celebrities that he knew started catching it and dying that he was willing to shift. And for those who lived through that, and especially in the LGBT community, there's an entire generation that basically was wiped out because of this. And the series, it's interesting, and I'd love to talk to the writer, to talk to Tate Brombal about it. It feels like in some ways it's a reflection of that. And maybe even to COVID in some way, which saw an unfathomable and just unreasonable, massive amount of people dead for so little reason. Again, because of a government inaction for religious individuals gaining sway and power and bringing this death and plague upon people. But it's interesting. It feels like the comic is kind of in a way doing an allegory or repeat of the hate, the abuse, the murder, the death, the just vile, bile that's thrown at the LGBT movement and individuals. by this group that has come by and are not letting this family just live, a family that they see as other, a family that they don't agree with their style, that they don't agree what's going on, and they're taking it to murdering or attempting to murder some of them. When they could have just moved on. Honestly, that there was no reason that they needed to stop. They could have just moved on and gone lived their life and found some other place to settle down, or maybe find supplies or whatever. It's interesting. It's really interesting. I think this issue shifts things in a way that's unexpected. You can just read it on the surface level of this group coming in and destroying the peace of this individual who's found happiness and trying to live his life. You can just leave it at that and perfectly enjoy it. But when you just start digging under that surface a little, there's clearly things that have said that are put in the dialogue for a reason. And I really think the reason that this series is supposed to be far more than just a zombie story. It's good. It's really good. I'm seeing more and more comics bringing up this missing generation, this generation that was murdered, had a genocide committed against them. There's other comics recently that have teased this and brought it up in dialogue and discussion. So I think it's starting to, the floodgates are starting to open, and I think people are more willing to admit what happened. You hear it a lot in the LGBT movement, but to see it in media that's not necessarily just for that community, it's not a common thing. It's not something you'd turn on and see on whatever series that you're watching, or television series or movie or whatever. So, but I'm seeing it in more and more comics, which I think is really interesting. So yeah, I mean, to me, this is a series that I loved the first issue. But I think the second issue takes us to like a whole nother level for those who know the history, that know not just the ramifications of it, but what went on through it or lived through it. You know, I grew up in that era. I had family that passed away from AIDS. I know friends who've lost family to it. It's intriguing. It's a really intriguing comic that I think has far more depth than I think a lot of people will realize or think about. It's not just, I think, on the surface level of hatred towards the LGBT and gay marriage and people just wanting to live their life. I think there's more to it. The art continues to be absolutely fantastic. I think Jacob Phillips is a fantastic artist. Everything I've seen Phillips do is top notch. But yeah, I mean, to me, this is a fantastic issue. It slowly teases and kind of gets into the depth of it and really lays out that this is so much more than a zombie story. And I think I said in the first review of the first issues, horror and sci-fi can be amazing allegories. The horror that a lot of people love and hold up is amazing allegories. Night of the Living Dead and so many others. Like it's reflection on our society, our world, the time that they were made. It's commentary. And this feels like that's doing that too. Not just commentary about modern times, but also a reflection on recent history. And, it's not too long ago. We're talking 40 years. So, it's talking 40 years. It feels like yesterday, honestly, but 40 years is a long time, I guess. It's a fantastic series. It's a fantastic issue. I really think this is probably a series that's going to go maybe not appreciated as much as it should be. So I'm going to give it that recognition. The second issue, I think, is absolutely fantastic. It hit me and I think delivered something that was completely unexpected and touched upon things and went in directions that was unexpected. So it's a comic that surprised me. The first issue I thought was excellent. The second issue I think is excellent as well, and it's good. It's really, really good. So if you want a zombie story with a little bit more bite, no pun intended, go check this out. It's in shops. We got a link beneath our video. Put in your zip code, tell the comic shops near you. No shop, no problem. We have some links where you can purchase your own. There'll be affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage, and by doing that, you'll support our site. Just watching our videos support us as always, so thank you. If you are into comics, check us out every day at graphicpolicy.com. And of course, we're on Facebook, TikTok, Mastodon, Threads, Blue Sky, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep reading those comics and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.